Hey YouTube, Joe here. So, I'm at mission critical point. Out of homebrew, been having to buy it. The wine's still not 100% ready to go. I've got another batch of wine going, but you know, it's going to be another several months, so we got to brew some beer. So, in honor of Zombie Shakespeare, I'm not sure if you can see him there. Zombie Shakespeare. We're going to be brewing an ESB. So I've got, let's go to Joe Vision. We've got here about 10 pounds Maris Otter. And this was kind of an odds and ends ESB, if you will. We got 0.106 pounds caramel 80, 0.64 pounds caramel 60, and 0.86 pounds caramel 40. And let's walk over this way here. Whoop, see, we're ready to rock and roll. It's been a while since I've done one of these. We've got our White Labs 002 here, English ale yeast. We're going to be using 2 ounces of Willamette as the bittering, and then we're going to be using Kent Goldings. We're going to do about 1.1 or 1.2 ounces for flavor, so at the 15-minute mark, and then another ounce at basically, I don't know, the 5-minute point or so for our aroma. So, without further ado, let's get doing this. Okay, we got our strike water here heating up, about 3.5 gallons. It needs to be at 164 for our target mash temperature of 152. So, that's what our recipe calls for. It's what the calculator calls for. So, that's what we're going to do. Okay, our water is rocking and rolling. Time to get those grains into there and make some porridge. Okay, so I apologize if I'm shaking the camera here. Joe Vision is always has a beer or two in the system, if you know what I'm saying. So, but we're just getting this doughed in here. This is actually a little bit of a thicker mash than what I'm used to, but it'll get the job done, man. I've got the probe in there. It's sitting at 154 right now, so it's damn near perfect. Oops, and actually I catch the probe because I'm not paying attention. Looking in the camera, not watching what I'm doing. But yeah, so you can see nice thick consistency here. So this is going to be perfect. So we're just going to give it another stir here and let this bad boy sit for an hour. Okay, to prove I'm not lying, there it is. 152, 153. That's where we're sitting. So that bad boy's just going to sit there for an hour. And then we're going to have some delicious, beautiful wort. Get that bad boy drained and onto the burner. Not in that little kettle, though. That's the one I use for my strike water. That wouldn't quite do it, so we'll see you guys in an hour. Okay, YouTube, just pulled a little sample here to do one of our iodine tests to see if saccharification is done. Hope I don't spill this crap everywhere. Here we go. Put that back. Okay. See how it's staying nice and rich, reddish brown? That means we're good. That does mean that the sugar conversion's taken place. It would turn black if there were starches still in there, but I'm not seeing any blackness at all, actually. Except that little fleck of grain right there. See it? Oh, it's in the bubbles now. Shit. Little fleck of black right there. Well, that's a piece of grain, so that makes sense. But yeah, so now we are good to begin the Vorloff and get this bad boy boiling. Let's do this, man. Okay, starting the Vorloff here. Lots of crap. I was actually worried we were going to have a stuck sparge there for a second, but I realized I hadn't opened the valve far enough. So, we will just keep doing this here until that runs nice and clear. We're not there yet. Okay, we're about at that point. It's running nice and clear, as you can see. Little flecks here and there, but that's not going to really matter. So, I think after this Vorloff here, we're going to dump this bad boy into the kettle and get it heating. I'm going to do a batch sparge on this rather than a fly sparge, just because I feel like it. Let's see, nice and clear. That's what you want to look for. But yeah, one more and we should be good to go. I've propped the mash tun up on some logs. Just enough height to actually get the ball valve here just above the edge of my pot. So we're gonna, got the burner right here, go ahead and get that bad boy just draining in, heat it up, and while the batch sparging is occurring, we'll go ahead and get the first runnings pretty much up to boil. And then from that point, it should be pretty quickly getting the full boil rolling and the hop additions in. So we shall see you here in just a few. Looking beautiful. Extra special bitter.
Nom nom nom.
First runnings. Away we go. And I have an assistant. Hey, there we go. Okay, this bad boy is drained out. Now it's time to do the batch sparge. We've got all of our sparge water here, roughly about 5 gallons or so. Just above 170. Away we go. Okay, so now all we got to do is give this a stir. Let it sit for a few. And then we will begin the boil off and draining into the boil kettle, which is already well on its way here. So we are getting her done. We'll see you guys when it is up to a boil. Okay, in the few minutes it's taken to get dark here, you can see we've drained it off there. It's just coming to a boil, and we're really going to have to watch this one for temperature because I got it a little too full. So, and I don't know where my spritzer is, so we're just going to have to keep an eye on this foamy beast, get past this hot break, and then we will get these hops in here. And I'll see if I can find a better lighting situation. But if not, just trust me, this thing smells like heaven. Okay, as you can see, this beast is quite a foamy botch. But we are just past the hot break, and I really should turn the heat down, but it doesn't need to boil like that. We're going to be adding 2 ounces of Willamette hops as our bittering. Right now, pretty much. Look at that. Beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see. Foam pretty much gone. Protein's been reabsorbed. We're ready to roll, man. So 2 ounces of Willamette. Here we go. And of course, you all know me. I throw them right in. I'm expecting a bit of foam here. Delightful. We got one more packet. I'm going to have to turn it off here to cut them. Okay, 2 ounces of Willamette in. Let this boil now. We've got an hour-long boil. Add about 15 minutes left. We're going to add 1 ounce of the Kent Goldings. Well, the 1.2 or so ounces of the Kent Goldings, and another 1 ounce at about the 5-minute point. 3 or 5 minutes, somewhere around there. But you all know what this looks like. Good old boiling wort. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can't see hardly anything because I can barely see anything. But basically, we spared you the expense. We did the 1.2 or so ounces of Kent Goldings at 15, added the wort chiller and added Irish moss, and then at 5 minutes till we added another ounce of Kent Goldings. Right now it is being cooled. We've got water running through the lines. I'm not sure. There's a line and there's a line. You really can't see it, but there's the hose. But yeah, so now we're cooling this bad boy down. It's sitting at 105 degrees. We've only had this going for about 2 or 3 minutes now, so in a little while it should be done, and we will be getting it into the bucket and pitching the yeast. Okay, so we're down to temperature now, so we're just getting this transferred into the primary and take a specific gravity reading and pitch that yeast. Just that easy. And away we go. Just that easy. Okay, there it is. 5 gallons of delicious ESB. Gravity was actually higher than expected. It came in at 1060. So I do believe this is officially the highest gravity beer I've ever done. I think basically what happened was the boil volume at the end of the boil was less than I expected. So we'll take it. You know, it smelled great. The sample tasted great. So I think we'll be good. So we shall make sure this sucker's fermenting in, 24 hours. If not, I've always got my dry packet backup. Good old safe ale, US05. So we shall see you all, what? In several days? A couple days? A day? Or hell, even at the tasting in several weeks. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Cheers.